exciting edition of Rigs of Rods Monster Jam Racing from Atlanta, Georgia, and the Georgia Dome. We hope you're going to enjoy this. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the highlights. There you see him, your surprise fastest qualifier, Pablo Huffaker and Blacksmith, taking off as he takes on Steve Macklin and Iceman here in round number 1. Pablo is looking for a great night here tonight after being so disappointed the last 2 weeks in a row, being eliminated in the first round. Tonight looks like he's very bad fast, and he is going to go into round number 2 fairly easily over the Iceman. Normally we see Joe Sylvester in the top to middle portion of our qualifying list. Not tonight though, however. He is 17th in qualifying, a horrible qualifying run for Joe, and I feel even sorrier for him because he is taking on George Balhan in the Escalade, our Phoenix Racing winner, just a couple of rounds ago, making his return tonight, and he is going to get the easy first round win over Joe. Wow, Joe Sylvester all over the place over the finish line. Keeping it wild just like he normally does. Balhan picking up the win, though. There you see Carl Van Horn taking off as he has got a big hole shot advantage on the Nightmare Machine. First time by, we'll see who's leading. Looks like it's going to be Excalibur the first time by, but Hoffman staying with him. Oh, no, he's not. Up and over goes Andy Hoffman. Rough break for him. Carl Van Horn goes to round 2. Well, watch this on the slow motion replay. Andy Hoffman takes a rough landing. Truck goes up and onto the nose, bounces in the air, and then back down onto the roof. Rough break for the Nightmare. This could be a good matchup between the Gravedigger and the El Matador and Darren Basil. Chad Tingler sitting on the line, returning this week to Rigs of Rods Monster Jam competition. He will not get the hole shot. It goes to Darren Basil. And the El Matador, wide around the first corner goes El Matador, but he'll lead the first time by a significant amount over the Gravedigger. Basil looking for a big upset here in racing. Tingler cuts a great final turn. Basil's still going to get the win, though. Great race. There you see Mark Hall and the Executioner, and in the other lane, Dan Rente, the legendary Bigfoot, making its return to Rigs of Rods Monster Jam competition and easily getting a truck-length hole shot on Executioner. As he comes around the turn, it's all Bigfoot by well over about 6 trucks on Mark Hall. Hall's not going to have nowhere near enough. Bigfoot's going to finish this race and easily get the win, and Executioner is going to lose by a country mile. There you see the Michigan Ice Monster and Chris Ryan sitting on the line. His opponent, Steve Kohler and General Tire, and General Tire is going to get the hole shot on the Michigan Ice Monster. Chris Ryan has had a good showing in racing the last couple of weeks, but tonight he could be knocked out in the first round. Steve Kohler's going to go wide, though, in the final turn. This is going to be close. Coming to the line. Ice Monster, General Tire. It's going to be General Tire. Ice Monster all over the place, though, at the finish. Kohler's happy, though. Little slow motion replay right to the line. There you see General Tire winning it by just about a truck length. Look at the Ice Monster all over the place on that landing. Big first round matchup here. Jim Kohler and the Avenger going to take on Maximum Destruction and Neil Elliott. With the last couple of weeks that Neil Elliott's had, I'm sure he's dying to get a win, whether it's first round or final round, against Jim Kohler and the Avenger. The problem is Kohler is extremely fast out here tonight, and he is pushing it hard. Kohler has got a big lead on Neil Elliott. Neil coming into the final corner, he's going to push out wide. All Jim Kohler. Kind of a surprise there, as Kohler takes that one easily, and Neil didn't even hit the last set of cars. Ricky Brantley going to be taking on Guy Wood. Bob and Tom versus Tropical Thunder. 9th and 10th place qualifiers. This one should be good. Brantley, though, with a big hole shot on the veteran Guy Wood and Tropical Thunder. Brantley, though, swinging it wide, and you can tell why he was probably a little bit slower in qualifying. But he's got over a truck length lead on Guy Wood right now. He goes into the final corner. Looks like it's going to be all Ricky Brantley and Bob and Tom. Oh, but Guy Wood came back hard over that finish line. Almost had it. Pablo Huffaker. It's hard to believe he was the #1 qualifier after the last couple of weeks he's had going out in round number 1. He leaves the line and he's got a big hole shot over the Tropical Thunder Machine and Guy Wood. Wood just cannot seem to get that truck right. He was 5th quickest in qualifying in Phoenix. A lot of air there from Wood, but since then he has just not been the same, and Blacksmith takes the win. Whoa, big onto the side. Up on two wheels for Pablo Huffaker. Nice save. There's George Ballhand sitting on the line in the Escalade machine as he takes on Bob and Tom. And I guess Bob and Tom must have been listening to the radio on the start because Ballhand just took the kid to school. Brantley trying to make up the ground. Not going to happen as Escalade has a big lead going into this final turn. Oh, Bob and Tom's up on two wheels and over. Pushing it too hard. Escalade picks up the win. Mr. Excitement leaves the line. He's got a big task ahead of him, though, taking on the Excalibur machine and Carl Van Horn. They come through the first corner. Wow, Kohler cuts it beautifully. He's got about a truck and a half on Excalibur going into the final corner. Excalibur pushes hard. Up on two wheels. Over goes Excalibur. And your winner is going to be the Avenger and Jim Kohler. Steve Kohler and General Tire inches to the line, and he will take on Mr. Upset on the night, Darren Basil and El Matador. They come into the first corner. Matador pushing it hard, maybe too hard. Up on two wheels, and over he goes. Darren Basil and El Matador flips it. The problem here is that's the second week in a row he's done that, and this time it was on the hard and tacky Georgia clay. Maybe this clay is coming up and biting these guys in the corner because that's the third one in a row. Dan Runte in, Bigfoot leaves the line. A tough matchup for him, though, as John Zimmer takes Amsoil Shock Therapy to the sky. They come into the first corner. Who's it going to be leading this time by? It looks like it's going to be Amsoil by about a truck. Zimmer going into the final corner. Oh, he's hard on the brakes, though. That could cost him. They come to the line. Who's it going to be? Amsoil is going to get the win. Bigfoot might have lost it in that last turn. Blacksmith, your fastest qualifier, taking on Bigfoot, the fastest loser. Huffaker and Runte, they leave the line. It is all Pablo Huffaker on the whole shot, and that, my friends, is surprising. They come around the first turn. Again, Huffaker surprises me. I figured Bigfoot would have been leading that time by. Huffaker has had all the speed in the last corner, and that right there will show you why he has been so dominant. But a rough landing. He's up on two wheels. He'll save it. Huffaker saves it, but now Bigfoot's in trouble in the other lane, and Runte will save it. Wild race. Big matchup right here. Ballhand takes off. He'll hit the whole shot on Amsoil Shock Therapy and John Zimmer. They go into the first corner. It is Ballhand with the advantage on the exit of the first turn. Oh, Zimmer comes back, and he'll actually lead the first time by. They come out of the final turn. Tell me Zimmer doesn't want this. He's flooring it. Oh, my, up into the air, onto the nose, bouncing all over the place on the finish line. John Zimmer gets the win over Escalade. Watch how Amsoil Shock Therapy barely makes both front tires up onto the cars right there. And he wins it by a truck length over George Ballhand in the Escalade. Great race right there. The Battle of the Brothers Kohler, a first for Rigs of Rod's Monster Jam competition. Steve gets the whole shot, but it looks like Jim is going to be the first one to cut in and go into the first turn. He'll be the first one to come out of it as well. Steve Kohler's got to play catch-up in the air on that turn. Oh, but Steve Kohler's in trouble. He's flipping in the other lane. We're sorry we don't have a camera view of it. Jim Kohler's going to get the win. Steve stopped right in front of the grandstands. Pablo Huffaker staging for his semifinal matchup as he will take on that man, your fastest loser, George Ballhand in the Escalade. And George is looking for redemption. He got beat by Amsoil Shock Therapy in the last round. He's looking for big redemption right here to take out the fastest qualifier. He was second quickest tonight. Oh, up on two wheels goes Ballhand. He's got to try and beat Pablo Huffaker, though. He's got a big lead. Huffaker's nosing over, though, hard into the ground. Goes the Blacksmith machine. Pablo Huffaker is over and done, and George Ballhand, lucky break, and he'll go into the finals. Avenger sitting on the line in the other lane. Amsoil Shock Therapy, the truck that has been on a roll this season, and Zimmer actually has the whole shot, but maybe by not even a tire length over Kohler. This is a close race right here. Kohler about the same distance by on the first time by. Zimmer a little wide in the corner, but he slams down on the gas pedal. They're coming to the line. Who's it going to be? Wow, I can't call that. We got to go back and look at the replay on that one. I can't call it. Too close to call. There you see Zimmer in the middle of the corner. He's on it hard. He's trying to get a win to go to the final round against Escalade. Doesn't look like he got it, though. The winner of that race is being called right now, and it is Jim Kohler and the Avenger by maybe a green headlight. What a race, and that's got to be the closest one we've had all year. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 18 trucks whittled down to 2. Avenger and Escalade. Final round coming at you right now. One of the last times I saw Jim Kohler in a final round on a televised event was New Orleans in 2000, way back 10 years ago. when he lost the event to the NWO machine. Tonight it looks like he's got a shot, though. He's coming around this first turn. He's in the lead. Oh, until that, he didn't get both fronts up on the cars. It's up on two wheels. It's over. And it is back on all fours. But Kohler is not going to get the win here tonight. And George Ballhand in the Escalade will take win number 2 on the series. Ballhand is on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. He has not lost since he's ran in our series, except coming back as fast loser tonight, and once in Phoenix. He's taken advantage of that fast loser better than anybody I've ever seen in the sport so far, and Bridesmaid Ballhand has got 2 wins this season, and he's going to be looking for a third when we go to freestyle. Look at those donuts. He's happy. Well-deserved win for Ballhand. Congratulations again to your racing winner, George Ballhand in the Escalade. Look for freestyle coming up within a few days, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you and good night from Atlanta.
Can I play with madness?